Today's topic is controversial, emotional, and very Japanese. We are talking about a new law in Japan that bans practice called 色恋営業, a kind of romantic sales technique used in host clubs. What are host clubs? Why is this law being passed now? And how does this reflect deeper cultural values in Japan about love, money, and trust? Let's explore it all while learning real, usable Japanese along the way. A host club is a kind of nightlife business where mainly women pay to drink and chat with attractive men, called hosts. Hosts don't offer physical services, they offer attention, affection, and fantasy. But some hosts use a sales method called 色恋営業, pretending to love the customer to make them spend more money. Example line, もし俺が売上トップになれなかったら、もう会えなくなるよ。If I can't become the top seller, we might never see each other again. Japanese vocabulary. Host, host, male nightlife worker. 色恋, romantic affection. 営業, sales, business. 客, customer. In recent years, abuse and exploitation have become a serious problem. Some women fell into debt, then were introduced to the sex industry to pay it off by the same host they loved. There were even cases where women were sent abroad to sell sex, and some hosts were arrested. So, in May 2025, the Japanese parliament passed a revised 風俗営業法, a law regulating the nightlife industry. Key change, romantic manipulation for profit, 色恋営業, is now banned. Japanese vocabulary, 法律, law, 禁止, prohibition. 風俗営業 nightlife business regulation 借金 debt 売春 prostitution. Some current hosts say the law is confusing. They ask, if I say I'm glad I met you, and she thinks it means I love her, is that illegal? Others say men and women naturally develop feelings. There are bad hosts, but there are bad customers too. Some customers threaten not to come unless we see them. A host named Rensei said, honestly, 80% of hosts rely on romantic tactics to make money. This law could destroy the industry. Japanese vocabulary. 感情 emotion. 曖昧 vague. 好き like love. 嘘 lie. In Japan, emotional subtlety is common. People rarely say, I love you directly. That makes 曖昧な表現 even more powerful and dangerous in sales. Some hosts say that they are being manipulated. One host said, some women say, if you don't meet me tomorrow, I won't come to the club anymore. Another said, sometimes girls get into debt supporting us, but I didn't ask them to. And a famous commentator, Sasaki Chiwawa, said, if a girl wants to spend her money on a host because she loves him, Isn't that her choice? She called it 愚行権 the freedom to make a foolish decision. Japanese words 客 customer 愚行 foolish act 自由 freedom 自己責任 personal responsibility. This debate reflects conflicting values in Japan. Should the government protect the people from emotional manipulation, or should adults take responsibility for their own choices? Japan traditionally avoids interfering in private emotions. But now, that emotion is being used for profit. It becomes a public concern. Also, this law touches on other key values: 恋愛 romantic love, 信頼 trust, 誠実 sincerity, 商売 business. Where do you draw the line? Let's try reading these sentences together. それは色恋営業です。That is romantic sales. 法律で禁止されました。It has been banned by law. お金を使いたいのは自分の気持ちです。Spending money is my own feeling. 感情とビジネスは分けるべきです。Emotions and business should be separate. Thank you for exploring this deep and emotional topic today. Japan's nightlife world is complex, but learning about it helps us understand real-world Japanese and how society handles emotion, business, and personal freedom. Questions. Do you think this law is fair? Should emotions be regulated in business? What would you do if someone used romance to get your money?